All right, standing here with winning quarterback Sean Shelton. We already had a little chat. It really took you guys a while, especially on the offensive side, to just get momentum or be able to click. What was going on in the first half, or the first three quarters, actually, from your standpoint?
Yeah, it was tough. We come out hot with a great first drive. Kyle put together a really good game plan, like really good game plan. They came out and did exactly what we prepared for them to do. It's rare when you go into a game and the scout cards look exactly what you see in a game. And we were really well prepared, or at least I thought. And we were put in really good positions, let's say that. And then we had trouble executing consistently, and that's the sign of a really good offense. That we're not there yet, you know what I mean? And what we've done in the past, and be able to score on, touchdowns on the majority of our drives, regardless of the opponent, because, you have so many small things that go into a consistently good offense. And when one thing goes wrong, or one small thing, then you get a jump off sides. Now you're in 2nd and 12 instead of, 2nd and 8, and all those things matter and add up. And that's what happened in the first half of Prague. That's what happened last time we played the Vienna Vikings. And that's what didn't happen against Milan. And again, that's what happened again in the first three quarters. And Kyle was able to kind of rally, put the personnel together that he thought fit best, and call plays that we were confident in knowing what we were doing and being able to execute at a high level. And I think that was the biggest difference.
You called out in the interview that we showed pregame, like just kind of how this defense, the Raiders defense, looks different in the CEFL tournament with some of the players that you're able to add, and that it just gives you this kind of safety blanket as an offense, basically. It seemed like you had to take advantage for that for a while, but then after the long touchdown of the Vikings, that's when the offense kind of had a character moment, like you can't bank on them anymore. Did something click, or was it just like, okay, it's go time, we just have to will our way through this now?
You're exactly right. That's exactly what it is. Like, hey, they can't do everything for us. We even put ourselves in a bad spot by missing the extra point. And, they hold them 2 field goals, and now we're tied instead of winning. Again, those little things matter. And, yeah, we leaned on them for most of the first quarter, second quarter, and third quarter. And then it was just kind of like, all right, guys, they have had our back all game. We have to start having their back. And, of course, we go up, and they were able to finish it. And even I take personal pride, they gave us an opportunity to seal the game, and we didn't do it, and we have to do the little Philly punt thingy. And you know what I mean? It's like, even that stuff drives me nuts, because we should be able to finish the game, and then we were able to go out in the next drive. They gave us another opportunity to do so, and we were able to do so. So, we leaned on them a lot today, and I'm glad offensively we were able to execute well enough in the fourth quarter to give them some feedback too, and let them know, after a deep touchdown, we're going to go back and put one up too.
So what was the tipping point of this game that really gave you the momentum?
The deep ball to Davion. I mean, we were struggling to get yards, first downs, and we were able to execute that play to Davion. He made a tremendous catch, flipped the field basically, and it's like, okay, now we have to punch it in. We have to tie it up, I believe, at that point, and we have to start providing some support.
I have to ask one silly question. When's the last time you had 3 punts in a game, or Philly punts?
I mean, I think last season I had 1, so it's not really a stat. I've gotten pretty good at it over the years, because you should have seen it in 15 when I got here. Ooh. But it's not something I take pride in doing, that's for sure. I would much rather be putting balls in the end zone on a consistent basis, and that's just what we got to keep working on, And I think it's been a storyline throughout the season that, we're young and we've had injuries and so on and so forth, but now it's time to start executing at a high level. And we're lucky enough to be able to put ourselves in position to win a championship for I think the 4th time in a row in the CEFL. So a lot to work on, but also very happy about this team.
Perfect segue. All jokes aside, with that, you're in the CEFL finals now.
Did you see the spiral on the last punt though? I impressed myself. It went in the end zone because Schneider's slow, but I mean, it was a hell of a punt.
Putting them on the spot there. So, put you on the spot here. Who do you want to see in the finals? Which team do you want to meet up with?
You know what? I want Schwäbisch. There's this storyline of Austria, Germany, and I would love to get another shot at a German team. And we had a lot of success against them in the Big Six. Not them, Schwäbisch in general, although that was a good game for us, but just German teams in general. And this narrative, I think that's what everybody wants to see: an Austrian team play a German team again.
Standing here with Wide receiver, defensive back, punt returner, kick returner, and MVP of the CEFL semifinal. Davion Washington. Davion, how does it feel?
Honestly, it's amazing. And I wouldn't be in this position if Sean didn't throw me the good balls. We had a slow start, and then in the end, fourth quarter, we picked it up and when it mattered and came home with the victory.
I got to ask you seriously, how many plays of the field, how many snaps were you not on the field?
Probably 10. 8. 10.
So you got in a workout, you broke a sweat, I assume. You guys offensively struggled for quite some time. It just seemed that it wasn't clicking. Mm-hmm. Was there one moment that just kind of, that it clicked and it went on and you guys just felt like you could do this?
Yeah, we always knew we could do it, and then I think a changing point was me and Cal talking, and I told him I felt a little more comfortable in the boundary, and we made the switch, and then everybody did their job and things just got open. Mm-hmm.
So you come out on top of this hard-fought semifinal. The finals in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you expect who you might meet there, or do you have a candidate that you'd even like to see?
Honestly, I have no dog in the fight. Whoever shows up, we'll be ready and we'll be healthy. So they just better bring their A game because we're going to give them our all.
Okay, standing here with number one, Ruben Seeber, whose name we mentioned all over the place. You were really flying all over the field and even started the game offensively with as running back with a pitch to the left. Ruben, how were you guys able as a defense to just really shut the door so often and make these big plays?
Well, all the praise for the defensive performance goes to Coach Kevin and the defensive coaches because they had such a great game plan moving forward to this game, and we were able to correct all our mistakes from the first Vikings game. And then you can hold the Vikings to 13 points, and it's easy for you as a player if the game plan is perfect. Then you just have to execute, and I think that's what we did today. That's what we tried to do today, and then we got away with the win.
The defensive side, it felt like you were clicking on firing on all cylinders, making big plays. The offense was struggling for a long time to just get some momentum. Do you go over? Do you talk to the offense, try to get them out of the rut, or do you just try to motivate them by making big plays, basically?
I mean, we try to do both, but when you go over to them, you say like, we have your back, which is what we did. We have our backs. If we struggle, they play good. If they struggle, we play good, and that's what we try to do. We try to have our backs and just play extra good if one of the sides struggle.
So I got to ask, big play. What was the big play for you of this game, just in general, that really got you guys riled up and feeling good about yourselves?
I mean, obviously those two turnovers, Vincent Müller and I think it was Alex Ferrari punching the ball out by the quarterback. We knew that he was running loose with the ball, and those guys just did a great job punching the ball out. And those two turnovers in the fourth quarter are obviously huge.
I asked the other two players, I'm going to ask you too. You're now in the CEFL finals, trying to defend your title, and the next semifinal is happening in 2 weeks or so. Like, do you have an opponent that you'd like to meet there?
I mean, Schwäbisch Hall is playing in the CFL for the first time this year, so we obviously would like to play against them. Playing Kalanda would also be great because in 2019 we had a tough game against those guys too. So we don't really mind any opponent they have. We will see where we play them, but it's going to be a tough game anyhow, no matter who we play.
Well, before you get to that, you can celebrate tonight because it was a hell of a win and very entertaining. So congrats.
Thank you.
All right, standing here with the winning head coach of the CEFL semifinal, which was entertaining to say the least, Kevin Herron. Kevin, the defense just balled out for the majority of the game, really kept the lead first and then like a tied game for some while. And then there was the deep ball and the Vikings took the first lead. Were you shaken? Were you concerned with the offense having a hard time to move the ball, that they could come back and get back into it?
No, not at all, actually. I mean, I trust Sean. He always figures out to get us that extra touchdown that we need and kind of boost us up. And I know the offense, they were struggling, but they have their heart is so big So they just won't be denied. I mean, all guys, they won't be denied. They all believe all 4 quarters that we'll turn it around.
Do you have some special player that like really stood out to you that might have not been that expected or that had a spectacular like standout game?
Well, Ruben Seeber, I have to say, right? He came back from injury, and I mean, he balled out. I mean, he is. Well, he's not the heart and soul because we have a lot of guys on defense, but he is a factor, and he makes a difference.
What was the biggest momentum shift for you in your opinion? Like one play that really kind of just unlocked a little bit and got the offense clicking as well?
Well, that one huge catch from Marco Schneider where he went over the guy and snatched it down, and again, wouldn't be denied. That's one of them. And you can pick and choose with the fumbles, right? I mean, there were a couple of them, and they were all huge. I mean, the last one, of course, that sealed the deal. But yeah.
So once again, the Raiders are in the CEFL finals, able to defend maybe the championship there. I've asked the other players as well. Do you have a favored like opponent that you would like to meet there in a couple of weeks?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Kalanda has been doing, right? With this whole pandemic thing, it's really hard to say. I think it would be interesting to have a German-Austrian matchup with Schwäbisch, right? I mean, Kalanda, we've been there, done that, right? And Schwäbisch, for me personally, has been a long, long time. Last time when I was in the GFL, and against Jordan Newman, I would like that.
Well, pick your poison. It sounds like it's a good matchup in the making right there. So congrats on today's win, and we'll see what the final brings.
Thank you.